Welcome back. It's 4:44. It is an issue that most students in America are facing, that being student loan debt. As part of National Black History Month, which begins tomorrow, Scripps reporter Elizabeth Ruiz takes a look at how the issue is growing in the black community and what's being done to help those students in need.
Debt is enslavement.
Rochelle Brooks has between $230,000 and $250,000 in student loan debt.
An associate's in nursing, bachelor's degree in behavioral science, master's degree in sociology, master's degree in teaching, curriculum and instruction, a teaching credential in science, a teaching credential in math, a doctorate in education, and an administrative credential. And the last program that I was enrolled in was a certificate for IT.
Despite the debt, she loves and values her education.
We have knowledge and access to knowledge. You know, we're bettering ourselves, which is good for society.
Rochelle was raised by a single mother in a poor community, and she says she thought taking out lots of loans was normal because that's how she and her mother survived. So when it came time for school,
there was no way out other than borrowing money from where I was in that moment. You know, I didn't have any guidance. And I think that's common with first generation college students. There's really no blueprint. There's not a lot of people that know what you're doing.
Now she's a single mother and principal. She's not making enough money to pay off her growing debt, but her situation isn't rare.
Hi, my name is Jalil Mustafa Bishop. I'm assistant professor of education at Villanova University. I study issues of racial justice and movement building in higher education, with a particular focus on the student debt crisis, looking at the experiences and impact on black students in the black community.
Jalil recently put together a report that focuses on the experiences of black students when it comes to their student loan debt.
66% of those who respond to our survey regretted their student loans. Almost half reported not experiencing a positive return. And in the interviews, they explained that student debt often was not a choice they felt like they made, but something that they were required to do if they wanted to experience mobility, if they wanted to access higher education, and have an opportunity at some of the promises that we say will come with borrowing student loans and earning your credentials.
Jalil points to income-based repayment plans as part of the problem.
Black borrowers were having their payments adjusted so that they were quote-unquote affordable, but their payments weren't enough to actually cover both interest and principal. So they were making payments for 10 or 20 years, but still seeing their student debt balance grow each year.
Black borrowers refer to these payment plans as a lifetime debt sentence.
When we look at black students 20 years, they still owe about 95% of their student debt balance. When we look at white students 20 years out, they've actually paid down 93% of their student debt balance.
It was just the narrative is that if you want to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you have to go to school, and that the jobs will be there, the recession would be over, et cetera. And it wasn't that. It wasn't like that.
Dr. Armin Henderson works with Jalil as part of the Debt Collective, a membership-based union that aims to transform the individual financial struggle. Armin says black communities have to work even harder to become successful.
I worked while I was in medical school. I was on food stamps when I was in medical school. And, you know, my dad became homeless. My brother became homeless when I was in medical school.
He is the first in his family to become a physician, but with interest, he is $600,000 in debt. He says he's unable to make significant payments on that debt because he needs to support his family.
Now, when I go to apply for a loan for a house, and things of that nature, or to start a business and things, you know, people are looking at this heavy amount of debt that I have over my shoulders. It definitely dictates how we live our lives as well.
Armin and Rochelle are both calling for debt cancellation to repair what they see as a racial injustice. However, neither of them regret their degrees.
There is a need, definitely, for Black academics.
I'm Elizabeth Ruiz reporting.